OMG Loft, and today we're going to keep in the theme of reverbs. And again, I love good reverbs, and I've always been a big fan of Liquidsonics, which is what we're going to look at today, of their original Reverberate that came out with their IR fusion technology that really allowed to take impulse responses to a new level of realism and being able to manipulate the decay times and things like that much longer or shorter with a really realistic response to that. And with this plugin, Seventh Heaven, they're expanding on their what they're notorious for, coming out with the high-res impulse responses of the Bricasti M7. And that's what they've done here, is they've put it into its own plugin with a full feature set. And the real cool thing about this is it acts and responds just like a digital reverb. There isn't weird artifacts and things like that when you're messing with stuff, and it's really quick to respond. It's almost like it's the real deal, and it certainly sounds like the real deal. It's just phenomenal. Let's see here. Also, to mention, if you're thinking that it's just like them, reskinning a plugin and you re-download the same impulse responses, that's not the case, because as you'll notice here, it has things labeled 1 and then 2, and then there's this non-lin verb on here. 1 is basically the M7 impulses that we've all come to know and love. Number 2 is inspired by other vintage digital reverbs that we love, and the same goes for the non-lin. It comes from a vintage unit, so it's adding a lot more stuff on top of what the M7 has to offer. So it's a really deep, thorough plugin. As you can see, it's a beautiful interface, and it has a lot of controls. It has a master EQ built in. I love this. It comes with a high and a low cut, and then 3-band EQ. And the most important thing is, how does it sound? And of course, we're going to go through the same thing like I was talking about in the last reverb review I did. I love testing reverbs on piano sources because of the harmonic content that it has, how it responds. It's such a dynamic instrument. It's acoustic. So there's a lot of stuff that can be revealed in what a reverb is going to sound like, with the reverb tails, with the early reflections, just the overall just sonic quality of it. So what we're going to do is the same thing. We'll just run through this a couple times, and I'll go in and out of different presets. And let me make sure, yeah, the other one's muted. And again, what we'll do is we'll have it bypassed so you just hear the dry piano, and then we'll bring it in and manipulate it and see how this thing sounds. Here, that has a nice modulation quality to it. This is just chambers. always loved the halls in the M7. Very lush. Typically I don't like a lot of modulation, but the way they utilize it in their algorithms has a beautiful sound. Again, those decays, always listen to them. Put a little length on them, hear what they're doing. Yeah, it's not grainy, very smooth, very natural for something that's unnatural. This is an awesome plugin, guys. Again, I can never have too many reverbs. And you know, something that to have something as close to an M7 like this without the cost of an M7 is awesome. And you can have, you know, a lot of instances of it to utilize them in different ways on different tracks. That's remarkable. It's amazing the day and age that we're living in. And I can't say enough about this one. Again, lots of functions for you to check out, and it's in depth. I love that it has the master EQ built in. That's wonderful for me. It just saves one less insert that I got to use for other things when I'm mixing, and that's a wonderful feature. So go check them out, guys. If you haven't checked out Liquidsonics, they have some great stuff, and this is another great one that they've added to their arsenal. So until next time, guys, keep it grooving.